Monday Night Football is a wrap, and that ends our whole week 17. Woo woo! Lions came out on top, beat the 49ers. Let's go. 40-34. Yes. This is a New Jersey my mom got me. Represent. Best tackle in the league. Let's go. Foundation piece. Brad Holmes' first draft pick to start this amazing run and tenure. Thank you, Brad Holmes, for cooking. Woo! Let's go. Now to present you Week 17 recap. I'm your host, David, and as part of the David Sports Convo, thank you all for checking this out. So excited. Pumped. Looking forward to that Minnesota Vikings game, Week 18. We're going to be on prime time. 14-win teams playing out in a regular season has never happened before. Most wins on a game. Let's go. The fight for the number one division. The fight for the NFC North. The toughest division in football. Let's go. Woo! Excited. Pumped. Lions came out on top. Great game. Top performer, Jahmyr Gibbs, over 100 yards and a touchdown. And then on the other side, Ricky Pearsall with his touchdown, over 100 yards. Fantastic to see from the rookie, Ricky Pearsall. It was great. The Niners put up the fight, but the Lions came out top. And then my boy Kirby Joseph, 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, leading the league in interceptions. The best safety in the league. Let's go. Pumped. Can't wait for next week. He's going to do some more damage, rack another record up maybe, potentially. Let's go. Before we go so sidetracked, that was the wrap-up for Monday Night Football as it just concluded. Now moving on, let's start it off way back. We had some Christmas. Oh, wait, man, that was a big pronunciation. Christmas football games on Netflix. To kick it all off, we have Kansas City at Pittsburgh. Kansas City came out on top 29-10. Xavier Worthy, the rookie, 8 for 9 receptions, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Big game for him. And then on the other end, Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson did not throw any touchdowns, but the top performer was Pat Freiermuth, 7 for 8, 60 yards. Kansas City dominated that game, honestly. We'll see how Pittsburgh bounces back against Cincinnati coming up in Week 18. Then moving on, we have Baltimore at Houston. Baltimore destroyed Houston, 31-2. They even pulled Lamar Jackson out in the half. Great. He just dominated. Derrick Henry, 27 rushes, 147 yards, and a touchdown. Great to see him go. It's crazy how he's performing at his age. Great free agent signing for the Ravens. Excited for their postseason run. Then Nico Collins on the other end. The team did not score. He went 3 for 6, 59 yards. All Houston was able to put up points-wise was a safety. Yeah, terrible to see. Dominant victory for Baltimore. And that was the Christmas slate of games. Fantastic to see. It was great to watch Netflix, and Beyonce did amazing. Great to see. Then we had Thursday football, which was a classic old school football. No touchdown scored, 6-3. I didn't do top performers because there was not any top performers. I'm going to score touchdowns. But Seattle came on top on a crucial win, and Chicago looked abysmal. But yeah, even Seattle looked abysmal too. We'll see how they come out against the Los Angeles Rams. See how that goes as they compete for the division of the NFC West. Then moving on to Saturday, we had 3 games on Saturday, all on NFL Network. To start off, we had the Los Angeles Chargers at New England. Los Angeles Chargers dominated 40-7. Woo! At New England. That was tough to watch. Lade McConkey, the rookie, and also Patriots passed up on him and drafted a different wide receiver. He went off 8 for 10 receptions, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. New England looked very mad and in regret passing him up, especially as he dominated at New England, made those fans reminded. And then on the other end, for New England, top performer Demario Douglas, 4 for 5, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, it was abysmal. The Chargers wreaked havoc and look exciting. I can't wait to see their postseason run as well. Then we had Denver at Cincinnati. This was the game for Saturday. They should have made it at 8 o'clock, but they put it in the middle. And it was fantastic to watch from start to finish. It was a shootout between Bo Nix and Joe Burrow. Denver at Cincinnati. Cincinnati won 30-24. Top performer T. Higgins in a contract year went for 11 for 12, 131 yards and 3 touchdowns. Woo! And then the other end, Marvin Mims was great as well. Went 100%, 8 for 8, 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that was a great game to watch. Bo Nix did fantastic. It went into overtime. Cincinnati won it 30-24. Then moving on, we had a division game. Well, Arizona was already eliminated from contention based on their previous loss. The Los Angeles Rams won 13-9 at Los Angeles. And Puka Nacua was a top performer, 10 for 14, with 129 yards. And then for Arizona, Trey McBride got his first touchdown of the season. He went for the most receptions without receiving a touchdown in a very long time. It was 12. He went 12 for 16 and 123 yards. And that's your Saturday slate of games on NFL Network. That was fun to see. Then moving on to start Sunday, we had New York Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo dominated 40-14. That was abysmal for the Jets to put up that type of performance. The Jets just was terrible. Aaron Rodgers was terrible. It was just hard to watch. Buffalo was just crushing it. And you think Josh Allen would have better stats, and he wasn't even trying to pad stats for the MVP. Everyone knows he's going to be the MVP. Top performer, Amari Cooper, went for 3 for 3, 100%, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Garrett Wilson on the other end, 7 for 8, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Congratulations, Buffalo, sealing that NFC East. They've already been sealed it, but they just reminded everybody that they're the clear-cut best. And then moving on, a division game, Tennessee at Jacksonville, didn't mean anything more. The only thing it meant was about draft position. Jacksonville came out on top as they don't care to get a quarterback because they have Trevor Lawrence. They won 20-13. Brian Thomas, the rookie, looked amazing as he went 7 for 10 receptions, 91 yards, and a touchdown. And then their former Jacksonville Jaguar, Calvin Ridley, was there, 5 for 6, and went for 84 yards. Jacksonville with the key win, 20-13. Dominant to see. Then moving on, we had Indianapolis with the stinker of the week at New York Giants. Giants got their first home win of the season as they won 45-33. Wow. Indianapolis wet the bed. They had playoff hopes on the line, and they lost it, and it was just terrible to see. Joe Flacco did what he could, the Hall of Famer. Yeah, it was bad to watch. And Drew Lock, maybe the Giants stick with him. They just ruined their draft position winning the game, which Giant fans are going to be mad about. But they might not need to draft a quarterback. They might ride it with Drew Lock. We'll see how it goes. Give him a full offseason. Give him all the reps. You don't know what you got, Top performer, Malik Neighbors, the rookie, 7 for 8, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look amazing. Then other than Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor, 32 rushes, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then we had a division game, Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay smoked them, which they should smoke them, 48-14. Mike Evans was top performer as he's trying to get 1,000 yards. He went 8 for 9, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then on the other hand, Adam Thielen, the vet, he did great. 5 for 6, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great to see Tampa Bay with the win. Then we had Dallas at Philadelphia. Philadelphia crushed them. 41-7. Devontae Smith was the top performer. He went 6 for 7, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the Dallas Cowboys, Jalen Tolbert had a touchdown with 30 yards on 3 catches. And yeah, Philadelphia crushed. Saquon Barkley became the 9th running back to secure 2,000 yards. It was great to see on Philly as they whooped butt. They didn't need to whip that bad, but they definitely dominated. Kenny Pickett did great. Won the game for them as a hometown kid, went to University of Pitt. That's his favorite team growing up. It was great to see that little magical moment. He left the game, but then he's all right. It's not as bad of injury as he thought, even though he still had the rib contusion. We'll see how all that turns out. And then we had Miami at Cleveland for the 4 o'clock games. There was only 2 of them. Miami won. They desperately needed to win without Tua, as they went 20-3. Tyreek Hill went 100%, 9 for 9 with 105 yards, carrying the team on his back. And then Jared Jeudy on the other end went 12 for 18, 94 yards. Great win for Miami as they try to keep their playoff hopes alive. We'll see how it all comes down in Week 18. Then we had a big division game, Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay lost this game as Minnesota came out on top 27-25. Great victory for Minnesota. They were winning the whole time. Green Bay was playing catch-up. Green Bay just looked bad throughout the game. I don't know why people hype up Green Bay at all, but I'm sure they'll kick it on to high gear when the postseason comes on. But top performer Minnesota, it's not Justin Jefferson. It's actually Jalen Nailor. He went 100%, 5 for 5, 81 yards, and a touchdown. And then Romeo Doubs on the other end for Green Bay, 7 for 11, 58 yards. Great win for Minnesota. Excited to fight for the number 1 seed next week. Let's go, Lions. Whew. Let's go. Minnesota and Lions on top of the NFC North. Crazy times. Then for Sunday Night Football, we had a great game that went into overtime. Atlanta at Washington. Washington came out on top. Washington 30-24. Top performer Zach Ertz, 6 for 7, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then the other end, Bijan Robinson with 17 rushes, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. This was great. It was the first time like prime time we had 2 rookie quarterbacks versing each other on the prime time. Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels. It was fantastic to watch. They were going back and forth. Honestly, Atlanta should have won. The kicker missed at the end. Former Lion. And, yeah, glad he's not with us. But, yeah, that was crazy. If you watched that game, that was fun to watch. Honestly, I know Lions just had a great game. That was also fun to watch. But that was exciting to see. Back and forth. It was great. It's just the rookies. Both these teams have a future. Jaden Daniels looked amazing. Penix looked amazing. And it was cool to see a left-handed quarterback play like that. That was my first time actually watching him play. Fun time. But yeah, I went 8 for 8. So I went literally 50%. It was a coin flip on all my decisions. So yeah, I only got one more week of doing this. And this is going to be the hardest week to predict because how teams are going to play based on resting / not resting, competing for playoff spot / already sealed the playoff spot. So we'll see. You'll see how I predict it all. But definitely tune in for my game picks as I'll be releasing that following this video. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Pumped as a Lions fan. This is the best season I've ever watched in my life. And the Lions just secured 14 wins. Best ever in franchise history as we've been around for 95 years. Let's go. It's crazy it took that long to get here, but this is what it takes to get here. You know what I mean? And excited. We ain't even going for the 15. Let's go. Woo! But yeah, I'm your host, David. Thank you all for watching this video. Tune in for more. Appreciate you all. And have a great one and a happy new year. Peace.